Bonjour, les collectionneurs. So that's French apparently for hello collectors. Today I just got this package here from eBay. It's just a personal collection that someone's selling off, and so it's not even mentioning who sold these things. Inside this box though, there should be 5 French cars, 4 which are concepts from Peugeot, and then 1 Citroen. And then the other 4 are what I'm really interested in. They're rally cars from CMs, the model maker CMs. Okay, so very interesting. I've probably bought over 2,000 things online, so I've received over 2,000 packages in my lifetime. This is the first time I've ever seen anyone use wood shavings as packing material. This is really nice wood shavings. This person must have a hobby or a business. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, so we're going to start with the rally cars. Really, we're going to start with my favorite, the best one. This thing here. This is by CM's models. There's nothing on the bottom though. CM's doesn't do that. But this is a Lancia Delta S4 from 1986. So this is Group B rally racing, which is a historic time of rally racing. The reason why is the cars got to be so powerful. They eventually got banned after this season in 1986. You'll see. Well, actually, the driver's name isn't on here. Interesting. It's on other CM's models, driver names on those windows there, but this one doesn't have it. But this car, I believe, is driven by Henri Toivonen, who was a really great rally racer. Many people compared him to Senna of F1. And there's a rumor that this driver actually drove as fast as F1 drivers. When he drove the Estoril, Portugal track, it's estimated that he would have placed within maybe 6th on the Formula 1 grid in this car. So it always made me wonder. My friends and I would always debate, who's more skilled, Formula 1 drivers or rally car drivers? You see, Formula 1, they're just driving on a glass smooth track, safety barriers, and they can memorize the track and just do it repeatedly. They're going fast and they're really low to the ground. Those are the big challenges in F1. But a rally car driver, they don't really memorize the track. They have notes and there's someone telling them what to do. But more importantly to me is they're driving grip and drift. They're driving on tarmac, where they're doing grip racing and drift racing. But then once you hit gravel and snow, I mean, you're drifting. So rally drivers have to drive in many different styles. It's not about just picking the fastest line, because drifting isn't necessarily the fastest line. So I'm curious what you guys think. Who is more skilled, a Formula 1 driver, a rally car driver, or even a MotoGP rider? I don't know. I'm kind of saying it's probably a rally car driver, because they have to embrace so many different types of racing skills. Okay, well anyways, let's go back to this car. So this was the first car to have twin charging, meaning this thing actually had a supercharger for low end torque, and then it also had a turbocharger on the other side, on the exhaust side, for high RPMs, and the power would kick in later. So it's estimated this car may have made 500 horsepower or so, and this car only weighed like 860 kilograms. So it was a really fast car. It's estimated this thing would go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. 2 seconds 0 to 60, so you're talking supercar, hypercar kind of speeds. And so unfortunately the driver, Henri Toivonen, he died later in 1986, and that's when the FIA banned these types of rally cars. They were just too fast. They're just monsters on off-road conditions. So it's nuts. I mean, that 500 horsepower was coming from like a 1.8 liter engine, but with supercharging and turbocharging, you can get that much power. Pretty nuts, huh? Anyways, it's a silhouette racer, and there's a tube space frame in here, which the model seems to replicate to a good extent. It's kind of dark, so let me move in under the light here and try to get more casting light here. You can see the front and rear roll cage there, or maybe that's a tubular space frame. The seats here, I can see yellow seat belts, and they look like they printed on them as well, the seat belts. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. Maybe there. The camera screen is pretty dark. Yeah, I don't know if how that's going to show up in the video afterwards. No rear bumper. That's interesting. Just stripped it off for weight, I guess. It looks like there's a license plate. Huh. Yeah, plastic light, tail lights, giant fenders there. Really neat. This lip here seems a little impractical for rally racing. The sliding windows there. These would be polycarbonate windows. Probably air intakes maybe up there. Anyways, I think that this diecast has captured a lot of nice details. And it seems to be pretty crisp printing as well. You can read most of the text. The wheels, they're okay. CM's wheels aren't the greatest, but I think those are okay. Alright, so this was really the main reason why I bought this many cars. I bid on all these, and this is the one I wanted. There was a couple cars I just got outbid on. I didn't want to feel like paying like the prices that it got up to, but I lucked out and got this one. All these other ones I got pretty inexpensively, so they're not really high on my list of priorities to own, but they were so cheap, and I just was lucky and I won the bids. So this Lancer 7 here, you'll see, it's got these those CM wheels. These wheels are not so hot, not really good at all, really. Oh well. And then look at this mess of antennas here. Clearly they've been bent from shipping, or I'm not sure. They're also extremely thick. Later on you'll compare. Look at the antennas on this Ford Focus, much better. So why those antennas are so ridiculously large, I don't know. Looks like there's some paint rash developing. Red seems to be really susceptible to paint rash. That's what I'm noticing in my collecting so far. Okay, well, this is from a 2002 WRC Championship, and it really didn't do too well. Mitsubishi actually withdrew from rally racing at the end of this season, even as much as Francois Delacour tried. It just wasn't working out for them, so they left and then they came back in 2004 with a different Lancer. So we got a license plate, so that's neat. Pretty bad exhaust tip. Blacked out headlights, totally black, can't see anything behind there. This middle section is just printed on. There's a molded in grill here, molded in grill. Yeah, hopefully you can see there's some red here, it looks like, for the seat belts, so that's a nice touch that they do those seat belts. But those antennas are really ruining it. They would have been better off just not even adding antennas or antennae. Okay, so we'll move on. So the next car here is a Peugeot 307. It's the successor to the relatively successful Peugeot 206. And this 307 won 3 rally races. This is for the 2005 World Rally Championship. And Marcus Gronholm was the driver of this car. He came in 3rd place for the year. And then Peugeot, as the manufacturer, came in 2nd place that year. So, it's just 4 holes here. It's missing those antennae. But if those antennae were as bad as that other car, I'll just add my own. They'll look a lot nicer. So this car, it doesn't really look like a rally car to me. It looks actually pretty sporty. Most rally cars seem to be econo boxes. This is almost like a coupe. It's pretty cool looking. This Peugeot here. Alright. These wheels look a lot nicer. You can see the indication of the lugs. No brake rotors or anything like that, though. I guess this is the Rally Japan version. Okay. Some molded in ventilation behind the radiator. What's going on? This front grille here. Oh wow, you can actually see the radiator itself, or maybe that's like an intercooler. I think these cars are all running like 2-liter 300 horsepower engines. The FIA pretty much changed the rules so the less drivers would kill themselves in suicidal cars like the first Lancia. All right, there's a license plate. That sound is my cat, by the way. My cat's really weird. Okay, so we'll move on. So the last one is a Ford Focus RS, and so this is also from the 2005 World Rally Championship, so it's competing against that Peugeot. And Tony Gardemeister, you can see on the window there, he came in fourth for the Drivers' Championship that year, and Ford came in third for the Manufacturers' Championship. So yeah, the antennae on this one are much nicer, much thinner. The wheels they're acceptable. They're definitely better than the Lancer. I mean, what happened with these Lancer wheels? They look like a weird plastic as well. The white is like yellowish. So I'm not sure what happened with the Lancer. Yeah. So this Ford Focus, what do we have here? It's black. Yeah, that goes in there. Those are deep vents for the radiator. The front, you can see the texture on the mesh. Okay. Yeah, a Ford badge. It's so close. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, there. I guess you can see it there. That's a really small Ford badge, but CM seemed to do a good job of indicating it. Okay, the door handles are just molded in. But maybe they were just that color on the real rally car, you know. Okay, the back, we do have a nice exhaust tip there. It actually is molded, I think, the recess, so it's black in there, so that's nice. So, oh, in the shipping, this rear wing seemed to have popped off here. No big deal. The wing isn't broken, so I'll just have to glue that back on. There you go, something like that. Give me an opportunity to polish this window a little bit too. You can see the rally badge here. Oh, cool. Look in the glass. You can see beyond the spare wheel. That nice spare wheel, I think, is the same mold as this wheel here. So that's a really nice touch. Makes me wonder about the other ones. Can't see anything in the Lancer. Can't see anything in the Lancia. No, this one's totally blank silver bottom there, so no spare wheel. Yeah, this Ford one, that's a nice touch, CMs. Good stuff. Okay, so if you like rally racing like I do, hopefully you appreciate that. So I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really aiming to get these things, but whoever was selling off their collection had these so cheap, I just bid on them and got them for a few dollars. So I guess worst case scenario is I can pass them on to someone else or sell them for just as little later on eBay in the future. So this first one is called the Bipper Beep Beep. Technically it's a concept car, but it became a production car. I mean, it looks like a production car. It's just a little minivan. So Peugeot minivan, the Bipper. Oh my goodness, look at this. So this is a disaster. Look at all this. Look at this white stripe. What happened there? I mean, is that from the factory? Now, the price is actually on the box here. This thing sold for €2.50. So it's definitely not an expensive die-cast here. Doesn't. Oh, Norev. Okay, so all these are Norevs. So Norev, to my understanding, is not, it's not hobby grade for sure. It's kind of more Hot Wheels / majorette kind of level of quality, but it's not overpriced. So whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll just repaint this as a custom project. Make some crazy rims or something like that. Get some different wheels on there and paint it some ridiculous color, because obviously this is a disaster. Anyways, let us move on. Alright, so the next concept car here, this is a Peugeot BB1, and really interesting styling on this one. This BB1 concept came out in 2009, and it's actually an electric vehicle concept. So now the electric vehicle part are the rear wheels. They're actually motors inside the wheels, and it has an amazingly low horsepower rating of 10 per motor. So this car has 20 horsepower, which sounds ridiculously low, of course. But you gotta remember, electric motors are all about instant torque. So each of these motors is rated for 236 foot-pounds of torque, or 320 newton meters of torque, times 2, so now you're talking like 470 pound-feet, or 340 newton meters of torque. Now that's a lot of power, so this thing must actually accelerate pretty quick, if it actually was drivable. I'm not sure. It also weighed only 600 kilograms, so I'm sure, well, I would hope they could drive it, but looking at the styling, it is something else. Right? The windshield is vertical, almost looking like negative with the silver frame here. It's like actually a negative angle. I gotta say, whoever styled this, I like it. They did a good job. It's so weird looking. It's like a beetle or an insect of some sort. And it's so short. It's like a smart car in its size. Look at this front end. I'm getting an insect vibe, like a praying mantis head or something. Yeah, pretty plain interior. But again, this is a Norev, so I'm sure this wasn't particularly expensive. They don't even state a scale on here. It just says 3 inches. So these aren't really, I don't think they're made to scale. It's hard to know. I didn't check the dimensions of these vehicles, so okay. Let's go to the next one. So this is the Peugeot Gran Turismo Vision concept. So Gran Turismo 6 is a PlayStation video game. Gran Turismo is a chain of a long-running line of probably the best driving video game I've ever played. But this is version 6, and they created all these concept cars. Lamborghini made a concept car for the game. I'm not sure if it was for this year, but this is a car that exists in the video game. There actually are statistics for this vehicle. It's supposed to have a V6 engine back here, and it's supposed to be around a meter tall, a little bit over a meter, or a little over 3 feet. So no side windows, but you can see the top here. The windshield and the roof are all one piece of plastic, and you can see some of it interior details there. So that's pretty neat. Is this white metallic? Yeah, I think that it is metallic. It's a bit of a pearlescent pearl paint here. But the shaping is quite interesting. How it digs in here, how it cuts in there. From the top view, it looks like a triangle. Some sort of vents or something, or maybe hood latches. Let's look at the front. Very squat, very wide, very short. Reminds me of a shark or something like that, or some sort of sea fish mouth or something. Interesting headlights. Interesting vent there in front of the rear wheel, and a little red accent there. Or actually, it's orange. It's an orange accent. The front spoiler has orange on it as well. Let's see the rear. You can see like 3 little painted stripes for the taillights, I'm guessing. And then you have that orange rear diffuser lip. The Peugeot logo there. And is this textured? Yeah. So underneath the taillights, you can see the vertical ribbing. Some sort of vent grills or something. And then the diffuser. These are my first Norevs. I like the fact that it actually says Norev in what the vehicle is. I guess the only thing lacking is like what year it is. But yeah, pretty neat. Just some smooth wheels. Obviously these are rollers. Pretty nice wheels actually. Well, maybe not that tire, but I mean they painted the edges of the wheel there. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Not sure how much this actually retailed for. There's no price on the box, but that's pretty cool. I'm actually okay with that. I'm pretty happy I got that one. So this one is a concept car again. I'm going out of order here. This is from 2014, and it's the Exalt. I assume it's pronounced the Exalt. Again, it just says 3 inches here. So, okay. So this is a concept just for what Peugeot thinks one of their next sedans would look like. And it is pretty cool looking. Very nice, attractive, clean design. Not too garish with 6 billion lines and stuff. I'm catching a little Dodge Charger there with that sweep. Kind of like a stretched out Dodge Charger. I'm also feeling a little bit of Aston Martin there. I think it's really hard for car designers to design new vehicles because everything's been drawn before. Every car that's made, there's probably like a few hundred, if not thousands, of drawings of things that are similar to it before the management decides to make that vehicle. So it must be hard to actually draw something new. Alright, look at the diecast. Something went wrong there for sure. What is going on? That's just a giant scratch. Again, these are used, so I'm guessing maybe the owner might have done that. Maybe the owner has a kid or something. They're playing around with it. A badge here in the back. Right, there we go. Little painted details for the taillights, although not very well done. Well done on this side. That looks good. But definitely something went wrong there. It's like they put in the paint machine or whatever at an angle. And then no detail here. One would think there'd be like a mesh grill or something there, but that's just smooth. Nice wheels though, again. Good wheels. I mean, for the price. I'm assuming these are pretty cheap cars. Let's see. Not much detail on the top. Pretty plain looking. What does that look like to you guys? I'm not sure. Picking up a lot of different subconscious design elements from other vehicles in there, but it's attractive. Okay. All right. So the last one is the E-Mehari. So Citroen is another French car brand, and Citroen historically has really strange styling, very unique. Some would say ugly, but I'd say unique. I've grown to like Citroens. And there was a Mehari, a really old boxy looking Mehari like 50 years ago or even more, and this is the second Mehari, I guess. It's inspired by the first one, but clearly not as boxy. It looks like a beach roaming car, but it's actually electric. This thing supposedly was started to be sold in 2016, and they're like 25,000 euros, maybe 20,000 euros with the tax credit. And it's supposed to go 200 kilometers on a charge, but it takes 10 hours to charge it, and then it only maxes out. Its top speed is 110 kilometers per hour, which isn't particularly fast. Although, I mean, look at this thing. It's a brick. It's like a brick that they rounded off. But the styling here of Citroen with these really thin headlamps. And then these are fog lamps, I'm guessing. Or maybe these are the headlamps, and these are just running lights or something, because the height might be too high for a regular passenger car. Although this might be registered as a truck, so it might be a commercial vehicle. So again, Norev, pretty nice wheels. Norev, your wheels are okay. Some tread on the outside of the tire. Smooth on the middle, so I guess it rolls pretty fast. Riveted together. I am not sure why there would be rust on that back rivet. Rust is a sign of iron, like steel. But isn't this die cast a mix of zinc, maybe in some other metals, non-ferrous metals? I'm not a metallurgist, so if anyone knows, please comment. There's a Citroen badge here in the trunk. Pretty well done. nice crisp. I'm assuming a license plate belongs there. So can't really see. Well, plain white interior. Brake lever, dashboard. Yeah, there's details. Just all black though. So I assume this car was pretty inexpensive as well. So I was really after the rally cars, guys, but it's interesting to just learn about different vehicles, and I really had no idea about many of these things. And I think I'm happy with half of them. This thing is not so hot, but I guess it'll be used for experimentation. Okay, well, I guess that's it for now, and we'll catch you the next time. See ya.